Tonight, the first part of a two-part special report. We get a rare, all-access look inside the life of law enforcement. Recently, the Alameda County Sheriff's Department invited me to go out on patrol, also to go inside Santa Rita Jail, and to train alongside recruits at the Police Academy. All of this comes at a time when a number of departments across the Bay Area are struggling to both retain and recruit officers. And as you're about to see, many of those who want the job don't get it because they can't even make it through boot camp.
Westbound, turn right at the next street.
When you think about a sheriff's deputy, this is probably what you see.
Do you have your driver's license with you?
But before they get there, they have to undergo intense training here at the Police Academy.
Well, you just can't come in here and sign up and just come in here and expect to do well. You have to prepare for this. It's a tough academy.
Begin! 1, 2, 3, 6!
And the men and women are all required to meet the exact same standard.
How did you prepare for the academy?
I ran every day, and I still wasn't as prepared as I would like to be, but I've been running for about 3 months every day.
Quick time!
On this day, they let me join in. We did push-ups, sit-ups, lunges, and squats. I could handle all of that, but then it was time for the heart of the workout. A run up a hill, a steep hill, a hill that just kept on going.
This is really hard. This hill seems to never end.
Don't be last!
Initially, that was my goal, don't be last. But it quickly changed to, who cares whether I'm last, I just want to finish. I made it up the hill and then back down and thought, mission accomplished. Unfortunately, the mission wasn't over.
One more time up to the water tower!
So I'm 56, and I was really determined to make it through this. And I made it up the hill that one time. And then when the guy told me we're going to do the hill again, there was just no way. I really wanted to finish, but wow, this was way harder than I thought it would be.
And I wasn't the only one. Up to 30% of these recruits will drop out.
We started with 94, and that was at an orientation, and now we have 84, and we're 7 days in.
Many of those who do make it through the boot camp will start their careers right next door, patrolling Santa Rita Jail. 3,200 inmates are currently housed at the jail. It has a capacity of 4,000.
What's it like being in here?
Stressful. Hell.
Most of the inmates are serving short sentences for non-violent crimes, but some have been relocated here from state prison to relieve overcrowding. Minimum and medium security inmates live in pods that hold 36 people in a large open cell. They're allowed very few possessions. High security inmates are held in maximum security in small two-man cells. Deputies say there's a real art to dealing with their prisoners.
If you bend a little bit, don't break, firm but fair, that's normally how you get things done, in my opinion.
To change their lives.
Santa Rita also holds 300 to 400 female inmates, and those with families say the toughest days are visiting days.
My son one time said, can't you just tell the man to let you come home? Just tell her. I said, no, I got to stay here a little bit longer. Mommy's on a timeout.
This is the baking room.
Inmates can take a wide range of classes, including cooking, cosmetology, and how to cut hair.
A lot of us come in here toe up, and they leave here looking pretty decent. So I can say, for me personally, that it saves some of us.
Mealtime gets the inmates out of their pods, and they have a choice of meat, vegetarian, low-calorie, or low-sodium meals.
Tastes good. So you don't want to come to Santa Rita.
The average stay for most inmates is about 45 days, and we met Ken Hafner just minutes before he was due to be released.
You're about to get out of here. How do you feel?
Like Christmas in April, because this place is like the worst.
The deputies also showed us some of the weapons that they found at the jail over the years, but they say even though they're outnumbered, they don't always have to use force.
The power of the tongue to be able to talk can get you in and out of situations. You have to be able to, what we say, we're trained in verbal judo.
Some of the inmates who end up here have been arrested for DUI. We went on patrol with the sheriff's DUI enforcement team. On average, they arrest about 2 people a night. On this night, Deputy Poole and his partner, Deputy Dave Durbin, were looking for telltale signs like weaving, speeding up and slowing down, or cars without their headlights on. They pulled this driver over for crossing a double yellow line, and when Deputy Poole went up to the window, he smelled marijuana.
Why don't you step out on the vehicle for me?
The driver was given the standard field sobriety test. Follow the finger, walk with one foot in front of another while counting, And finally, he was told to tilt his head back and close his eyes.
Okay, in this position, I want you to estimate the passing of 30 seconds in your head without counting out loud, okay? Once you think 30 seconds is over, just open your eyes and say now.
The driver did not pass the tests and was arrested.
DUI for what?
Your body is showing objective signs and symptoms of being under the influence of marijuana while you're driving.
The suspect was then taken to Santa Rita and his car was towed away. This arrest will probably end up costing him several $1,000s. Now, one thing you didn't see in that report was how I got to experience what it's like to be attacked by a police dog. I had protective gear on, but boy, it was still jarring when that dog runs at you at full speed and then pow, it jumps at you and attacks. You can see that raw video on KTVU.com. Just look for Hot Topics. And our special report continues tomorrow night at 10. We get access to a place where cameras rarely get to go, inside an autopsy room. That's tomorrow night